What up, Patriots? Welcome to the fucking show, baby. Welcome. America number one. We out here again. We're doing it big. With never, no L's taken. Not once.
Hey.
Yeah, gamers rise up. Comedy legal again. We're back.
Hey.
I know we don't look it, but it's time for that JD and I take the mask off and show you who we really are. Okay, we're gonna reveal our conservative sides.
Ben, you can't do that. I visited the NSA government website on this laptop. Please.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Well, that's like no, but again, like this is good. This is like what they want to hear. So like they'll be chill with this. This is cool.
Oh yeah, which is why I did my scripts the way that I did this week.
Okay.
I'm really keeping it safe.
Using the Enigma code.
Yeah. I've developed just like a secret code that's just for me.
Okay.
So
okay, nice.
I won't remember it after this episode, but
you don't need to. Yeah.
The best secrets are kept even from yourself.
Yeah. I feel like most things we talk about it kind of get memory hold very quickly after the episode for me.
Sometimes mine does. Sometimes I think about yours for like a week after, and I just be like, I should have said this.
I guess that's fair. I do think about yours more. Yeah, I guess maybe it's just my own shit because I'm like in a fugue state where I'm just like must read my terrible script. Why did I write it like this? You know? Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, okay, it's finally over. You know?
Yeah. The information stays as long as it's from somebody else.
Yeah, I think that works. That works better. Yeah. Listen, folks, welcome. It's a new season. We talking analog horror this season. We got Monument Mythos, and we got what's your series again?
Godzilla. Man in the suit. He's okay. Like I will excuse that because he has been sort of in the fucking trenches with the shit that he's watching.
Yeah. And I had COVID recently, so like my brain's I'm not 100%, I would say. None of us are really at 100%, I think, anymore. I think everybody is kind of operating at a diminished capacity. But
it's like that one scene in that one movie with Scarlett Johansson and the guy from Star Wars, like every day I wake up, slams the door, that kind of thing. Every day we wake up.
What is that, like the Marriage Story one?
I don't know. I've only seen the meme.
It's not Marriage Story, but it's like the one
I've seen a movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking like the Limitless pill. Like I need a goddamn Limitless pill now, you know? Be able to unlock the brain, Bradley Cooper style.
Oh, okay. I for a second confused it with Jumper for some reason.
Jumper would be cool too. I wouldn't mind having Jumper powers. Jumper was, I think, not a good movie, but it was a movie. It was one of the movies of all time, for sure.
I have actually seen that one, which is
priorities, yeah.
And it was definitely because it was on FX, and I was probably like eating.
I feel like have you seen Now You See Me? Because I feel like that's a similar tier of like Jumper.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Or Now You See Me. What's the sequel? It's like
Now You See Me Too.
Okay.
Just two, yeah.
That's so fucking boring. Like Now You See Me.
They didn't go crazy with the name. I don't think. No. Yeah.
More people need to follow the Fast and Furious like naming conventions for sequels. I'm sorry.
Oh, 100%. I mean, more movies need to follow the Fast and Furious in general, I think.
God damn it.
The greatest movie series of all time, I think.
Exactly.
Really, like incredible shit.
But
yeah. Anyway, now that we've lost 4 of the 5 listeners,
I need at least one of those ones to come back so that they can correct some of the things that I'm about to say.
Oh, no, that's fair. So who you want to go first? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Do we lose them when I go first?
Well, listen, we're going to split it up. I'm sorry. Which episode will be going first? Because we're doing seasonal now.
Oh, we're seasonal. Oh,
it's not one episode. So, yeah, what do you think?
Okay. I would like to go first.
All right, dope.
Wait, unless you're about to define analog horror, because I haven't done that at all.
Nah. I mean, I'm counting on fools to have listened to our other analog episode, or just to not care enough to not call us out on it,
or they know exactly what analog horror is, and that's why they're looking for us.
Yeah, I feel like if you listen to the show, you know that. Yeah, look, analog horror seems like an adjacent interest that you might have if you listen to our podcast. So,
because in a sense, we are analog.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we do less PowerPoint presentations, but
we should get into PowerPoint presentations.
Eventually, we're working our way towards that, I think.
Yeah. So while we do that, I don't have my iPad.
Oh, no.
I know it's in another room.
Do we want to share? You want me to share the screen?
No, you don't have to. I'll just tell you where to go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to see it. I've seen it.
for the audience, they need to see.
Oh yeah, if you'd like to see, but whatever. I'm not holding you to it.
All right.
See, now we're back. Now we're
doing PowerPoint presentations.
Now we're doing analog.
Now we're doing analog horror.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Since we're going analog, I too have gone analog.
Oh.
I wrote out my script in a composition notebook and proceeded to give myself even worse of a cubital tunnel syndrome than I already had.
How's your wrist? That's gotta be
so I am feeling it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I also have bad like hand holding pen.
Yeah.
So it was I switched like between 5 pens writing this.
Brutal.
Okay. So today, welcome to my episode. As you can see in the room behind me, 2 Godzilla posters. In my hand, Godzilla FAQ book that I bought way long before this episode even came to fruition. When my friend went to Japan, she got me a bunch of like Godzilla figurines and all that stuff, a magnet and a notebook that I used to take most of my notes for this episode, right? I am a well-established Godzilla guy.
Certified.
Certified, right? It's one of the movies that I actually watched as a young person, mostly due to my dad. And the movie stuck with me even as an adult, obviously. Mm-hmm. Even with all that Godzilla knowledge, though, and history, nothing prepared me for the topic and the series that I'm going to go through today. Mm-hmm. As you know, I have developed a tendency to try and return the topic to myself lately due to some of the bad shit that we go through on this episode. I mean, in the show in general, when we try to look at the fun stuff. So I'm going to try to do that again. Because I don't want to get rocked by the NSA for this one. So, yeah. So let's talk Godzilla. Godzilla was released in November 3, 1954, under Toho Productions, or the Toho Company, as directed by, to our single Japanese listener, I'm so sorry, Ishiro Honda, produced by Tomoyuki Tanaka, with SFX by Eiji Tsuburaya, and suit acted by Haruo Nakajima. Producer Tanaka was influenced by media such as King Kong and The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, which featured giant creatures reaching. And one thing that we're going to have to go through is me reading my handwriting personally. Yeah. I write like a doctor. Wreaking havoc on the general public and fucking shit up in general. Very significant influence to producer Tanaka was also the Bikini Atoll bomb test conducted by the U.S. government in the South Pacific, in which the Lucky Dragon 5, a Japanese fishing vessel, was caught in the midst of and impacted by. The ship, along with its crew, was irradiated. Members of the crew went through radiation sickness. At least one person died. Their catch was extremely contaminated, but still sold to the public. And they were able to recall some of the stuff that they were selling at the time. Producer Tanaka.
Common America W.
Yeah, Common America W. Producer Tanaka was apparently inspired by this incident, as he considered the following. What if, when that happened, there was a big fucking creature that lived in that area? And what would happen if it came and attacked Japan?
Yeah.
Right? So originally the titular creature, Godzilla, or the one they were attempting to create during this time, was an octopus-type creature. But as we all know, our boy ended up being a large dinosaur-type creature that towers over skyscrapers and can stand in the ocean without much trouble and get you whenever it wants. In its first iteration, Godzilla stood at 50 meters or 165 feet. And for people who have seen me in real life, 34 of me stacked on top of each other. So As it was 1954, you already know that we had to go for some very OG SFX. So the way to go was Suitmation, right? It was manned by Haruo Nakajima with SFX from Eiji Sura, who bought us the landscape that Godzilla rampaged through the use of cityscapes, little design,
some miniatures and
all that stuff. That the suit actor rampaged through as Godzilla. Although the initial intent was actually to go for stop motion, which is very interesting. The idea, when he proposed the stop motion idea, he was like, but it will take 7 years.
Yeah.
Producer Tanaka was like, you have 6 months. And so they're like, okay, suit time. So it was released in November 1954, and the production timeline was from August 1954 to October 1954. So that turnaround time is real quick, right?
Yeah.
Right. Godzilla was a movie that apparently came to its audiences as a surprise, as the landscape of the Japanese film industry at the time was one that was shifting away and out of anything that could have been controversial in nature and challenging towards the Western Empire that was stomping all over it. Basically, Westernization was choking out anything that was anti-American in nature. Common America W. If you were someone that caught the original version of Godzilla in 1954, minus Raymond Burr, you caught it without Perry Mason in it. You caught it without the filter of Western authority. The 1956 release of Godzilla in the U.S. was edited in order to appeal to Western American sensibilities, stripping much of its Japanese culture and taming it for an audience that didn't necessarily have that much of a grasp when it comes to the harm that America had caused in its nuclear shenanigans in the Pacific. Godzilla FAQ basically has it that this edit made the movie more straightforward, more open and closed, less questioning of the nuclear business, and was less in line with the original's intent to make the viewer re-examine all of the things that it wanted you to consider when it came to how Godzilla came about and what you could do to prevent things like that from happening again, right? This one's like, the original movie was like, hey, stop it. That kind of thing, right?
Right. And the American one was like, well, we had no choice. We simply had to drop the mix.
Also, Perry Mason is
Are we going to not?
Yeah.
We have them. I mean, come on, guys.
So they're just going to be here?
Yeah.
Anyway, I will be honest with y'all. I have never seen that version. And when I literally opened this book to like relook at everything that I looked at. And I was like, why is fucking Raymond Burr / Perry Mason in here? And so I'm going with what Brian Solomon has said about the movie. I've seen the version, I've seen the original version, not because I'm big brained and stuff, but that was because that was what my dad watched.
Sure.
And knowing my dad, it was probably on accident that he watched the original version. And so that means I accidentally watched the original version. I asked Ben if he remembers seeing the one with Raymond Burr / Perry Mason in it, and I think you said no.
I don't remember seeing Perry Mason in it now.
Yeah, he was in there. But as we go through what I'm about to introduce, keep in mind producer Tanaka's influences, the Bikini Atoll bombing, nuclear business, and the inspirations, as well as suit actor Haruo Nakajima, who I have to say died in August 7, 2017. So he was
R.I.P.
When I was doing this whole thing, I was like, everything's in August.
He had a long life then, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you have to be. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. So keep those two things in mind as I go through this. But with all that context for you, let's now get into Man in the Suit, released in 2023 by creator You Knowingly. The general concept of Man in the Suit is the story of a suit actor who was unknown at the time and the changes that he went through as he began to embody Godzilla in a way that is not expected. It's presented to us as YouTube videos. However, you know how analog videos go. Like Ben and I said, PowerPoint presentations elevated to a level that are that tend to be enjoyable, right? Stylistically, at least for my one.
For some, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
some, right? This was very like stylistically beautiful. It had like the VHS effects kind of thing. It's not just photos with words. It's like haunting. I love all like the OG Godzilla photos, behind the scenes stuff that they used and repurposed. It had nice effects. The sound design is really good on this one. And as it is a story that I was not sick of, right? It's not one of those analog horrors that I'm just like, that's just like, and this doll is haunted and it takes your face. This one was like, for 2023 in a place where like there's already a lot of analog horror going on, I think this was nice and refreshing. So the series starts by introducing us to the story of a deeply embedded actor for the Godzilla costume with the first episode, Godzilla Suit Incident, 1954. We're told that this actor is unknown in name at the time, but he's known to be dedicated to the suit. We have quotes of people in the crew talking about how the actor is sort of someone who is deeply dedicated to the suit and role and often never seen outside of the suit, and figuratively, not literally yet, became one with it to the point that he introduced himself as Goji, right? So
he's method.
He's incredibly method, right? So he was like, call me Goji, right? Yeah. And the Godzilla was like Gojira, that kind of thing, right? He essentially lived and breathed the suit and was well known for this. At some point, though, he just, with absolutely no explanation, stops in the suit and just doesn't move at all, right? They try to peel him out, but find that they were sort of ripping parts of the suit away and revealing something very inexplicable and slightly horrendous. As this was a man in a suit, what they expected was exactly that, a guy in a suit, right? So if you're pulling out a guy from a Chuck E. Cheese suit, you're going to take off the top of his head and he's still in there, right?
Teenager there.
Yeah, right. Teenager there. A human inside with all his regular parts as he entered. Horrifyingly, what they instead found was a guy who had essentially molded and melded with the suit, as if his body imploded in the suit and all of him that was in the suit started to form in the shape of the suit. So I need you to go to the next slide. So on the left is what they expected, a guy inside of a suit. But on the right is what they found instead. He essentially sort of like, at this point, you sort of surmise something happened to him. And in whatever happened to him, he started filling up all of the crevices of the Godzilla suit with his sort of parts and insides.
His bits
and pieces, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you head on over to the next one, this is like what I'm saying about like the use of like behind the scenes photos of the actual Godzilla thing. So like repurposing these very nice and cool photos to tell the story, right? So within the story, the documentarian is like, this is a photo that someone took before they started trying to peel him out of the suit, right? So they're like, this is supposed to be like right before that. So the next slide.
Before disaster. Okay.
Right. So this is what they were saying about him, which was like, oh, he's in there. He's addicted to the suit. Like it's calling his name, right? So there's sort of like implications about his sort of, he's very incredibly method, but in a way that method has never been prior to this, or maybe even up to now. I don't know what Jared Leto did.
Yeah, so like that Jim Carrey. Did you watch that one? Was it Andy and Me?
No, but I've seen videos of it.
Yeah, it's like, where he's like talking to like Andy Kaufman's like daughter and be like, I'm your dad, I'm your father.
Yeah.
God, that shit was like, oof.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. And then hit us with the next slide. Yeah. So that was like some of the things where like they would look through what he did and what he was experiencing, and they would find out that like, yeah, yo, he's up in there. Hit us with the next slide, which is us entering into episode 2, right?
Okay. Yeah.
By episode 2, we get another Godzilla creature introduced into this story with Angiri's Suit Incident 1955. We are told that Toho basically deals with the whole man imploding in the suit thing by not doing anything about it publicly. They try to keep him on for the next movie because they're sort of afraid of the consequences of people finding out what happened to him in the suit. But they also want to like still understand what's happening to him, right? So they had doctors look into it, and the doctors kind of said that like maybe he took a pill. Which when I got to that part, I was like, this is ridiculous. And sort of ways that I couldn't describe right now, but just know that I absolutely could not stop laughing when they're like, if we took him to the doctor and they said he took a pill.
Yeah.
So what pill was that made
melted his brain, bro? Fucking like it was like one of those old like 1980s like drug commercials, you know, where they're warning you about like the dangers of marijuana. It's like people like melting, you know.
Yeah. So don't smoke the weed because
he said his eyes were bloodshot too.
Yeah. So maybe he literally did.
He was kind of zooted.
Yeah, he was zooted.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they said that he might have taken a pill, but they were unclear of how he did that. But they know that whatever happened to him made it so that he was essentially fused with a suit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He is filling out the suit in genuinely pieces of him. He's in the crevices. He's in all of the pockets of the suit. We know at this point that he can feel the suit as his skin. He can see out of the eyes of the suit, and his eyes are visibly bloodshot. So, like, if you're like talking about like a mascot type thing, the eyes might be over here, but the actor's head will be right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, because of the way he's filling out the suit with his meats. Because of the way he's filling out his suit, his eyes are where Godzilla's eyes would be instead of where his regular eyes would be, right? So in this episode, we're then introduced to Angurius, the Angurius kaiju, who we know from the Godzilla Raids Again film from April 1955. So we can surmise that this is before that time, right? This is where the episode of the title is from. The actor in the suit is sort of the man in the suit, Goji, is hesitant of Angurius and would make sounds at it, but still participated in the scenes with it. The incident in this is as follows, and we'll sort of repeat in a sense when he interacts with like other creatures in it, in a sort of predictable but still sad kind of way. So keep this interaction in mind. So there's the fight scene between Godzilla and Angurius where they're just battling it out. They're attacking the town around them as they fight each other. However, it goes a little bit awry when Goji chomps on the Angurius suit actor's head, and the whole thing is off script, so everyone panics. In the attack, the Angurius actor stops moving, and Goji doesn't let anyone approach to have them help. But also, he's a little bit protective of the Angurius actor for some reason, right? The staff, as they approach, find that Angurius is essentially not moving at all after this attack. So, if we go to the next slide, that's our homie.
This is Godzilla.
That's Godzilla.
Yeah. This is Goji.
Goji, yeah. They're essentially saying, hey, this is what we see when we look at him.
Yeah, classic analog horror shit. I feel like he looks, the eyes kind of look, it's like he's like raising his eyebrows.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of looks like Godzilla wants to fuck a little bit. It's a little like.
Let me riz you up. Please. So if we hit the next slide, that is Angurius and Godzilla. Do you know of Angurius? Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The little creature looking
familiar.
like yeah. So imagine Godzilla chomping on him. On his head like that. And let's hit the next slide. As we know what happened to Godzilla previously, this is what they expected to find when they opened him up after the attack, once they're able to handle him. But after getting chomped on by Godzilla, by Goji,
I thought this might be a zombie situation. The bite's transferring it.
Yeah, no.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Who knows? And then we hit next slide. This was very, very hard to catch, which is one of the very cool things about this analog series is that sometimes when I watch things, I tend to like watch them in the background, but I know that because I was doing like a script on this, an essay, I have to like watch every single bit. This was a frame that I literally had to hunt for towards the end because I kept accidentally skipping it and I couldn't pause on it. I had to slow down the whole thing to be able to access it. So this is the frame that is in this that reads out, wake up, you have a purpose, stop trying to stop the inevitable. So that is Goji saying that to somebody, to the documentarian. I have no idea how this frame got into his video or what the other purpose of it.
Yeah.
And then we hit the next slide. There's the text on there, right? And there's more and more text where I don't think I got this one because the frame just escaped me, but this is Goji saying, help me, someone help me. It hurts so much. It hurts. I can't get out. Please help me, oh God. There is no God, just me. Don't worry, I will make you whole again. You lost your family. That's why I take revenge. Kill those who have wronged us. Who are you? It's Goji. So that's the Anguirus actor, and then Goji having like dialogue between each other. So we sort of have the idea that like Goji attacked him, but also like, I will avenge you. As you. Yeah, right?
Yeah. So they're allied at some level, which I think that tracks with Anguirus, right? Anguirus is sometimes like a good kaiju as well.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to episode 3 at the next slide where we rest. Episode 3 is called Godzilla Encounter in 1962. Was there any movie in 1962? In 1962, we have... Oh, I say it in the next part. Godzilla Encounter 1962 episode 3 finds us in with the film King Kong vs. Godzilla, released on August 11, 1962. So we are timely again. It's been, damn, look at us, timely again. We were told about the documentarian this time around, because in the first two episodes, we sort of get like, anyway, I'm tracking this, but we get deeper in with him, where we are told, he tells us that he is the person delivering this information, but he's been told by Toho to shut up about it, right? As the film title suggests, Toho and Godzilla, they're working with King Kong, right? We find that Goji hates working with the Americans, would attack Americans on set, and that Toho is trying to make a film that is appealing to younger audiences, which we know within the context of the actual history of Godzilla is canonical. They did do that sometime. I'm sorry. I think my arthritis was acting up during this part. The appeal to the younger audience was a canonical thing in the Godzilla history, because Toho did do that for some time. As said
Baby Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh, son of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Right. That was my trigger word. Anyway, Brian Solomon of Godzilla FAQ said that may have been one of the reasons that Godzilla died out as a point of interest sometime in the 70s. But this was done in real life as the Tokyo film landscape was changing, and they were generally trying for a younger audience during this time to keep it alive, right? In order to keep Godzilla alive, maybe let's aim for a younger audience who will drag their parents to go see it. In this episode, we are told about how Goji may have had mistrusted King Kong, the King Kong suit actor, as he was playing an American, or he just kind of saw something in him, right? In a scripted fight, what? I'm sorry. I went too analog. There's a scripted fight scene where Godzilla battles King Kong, and Goji attacks Godzilla and pushes him into the water off a cliff, right? A struggle occurs.
Goji attacks King Kong?
Yeah. Goji attacks King Kong, kind of off script again. A struggle occurs in the water, and only Goji rises, as per Anguirus battle in the beginning. And the man who is documenting this, I'm going to call him the documentarian moving forward, he becomes disgusted and sickened by this whole thing, and he essentially runs and dips out. Hit the next slide. Gaze upon it. As he runs and dips, in his escape, he hears commotion following him and finds that he's being followed by Goji. Ben, I was not scared of this whole thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
But there was something about this. There was something about this.
For the listeners, it's like a dark hallway. That's basically what it is.
It's a dark hallway, and then there Godzilla up in the ceiling.
I mean, yeah, but like in the crappiest analog horror way of like, it's like I
hate it. I don't like to see the idea of.
It's fair. It's just like a smile in the dark, basically.
Yeah, and I can't. Like at this point, if I'm seeing this, like I'm not identifying it as Godzilla. It could be a dinosaur.
That's true. That's true. It's very close to a dinosaur,
right?
Yeah.
I at this point, I was like, maybe I am scared. Because I did tell you at one point, I'm a little scared.
So I
was scared.
Yeah, it's kind of Barney coded.
Yeah, it is kind of Barney coded. It has like the Barney mouth situation and the eyes facing forward. But I still was like, if this jumped me in the dark in the hallway at night, I'm fucking screaming. I don't care. Hit that next slide. We are now in episode 4, which is Depiction of Growth, 1962. This is still around the King Kong versus Godzilla movie, where the documentarian tells us that he has discovered a new thing because he discussed it with his smart friend, Eliza. How do you say Elisa? Is that Alyssa or Eliza? I have no idea.
Eliza, I guess.
Eliza, whatever.
This person doesn't exist, so it's okay.
Yeah. Plus, it's in quotation marks, so they may be protecting an identity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right. So Eliza says that this is the work of radiation, harkening back to the real life producer Tanaka's inspiration for Godzilla. Right. She then this part. You know how they were like, he took a pill.
Yeah.
This next one, she's like, oh yeah, that happened to him. Kind of like, do you know what a cream-filled donut is?
Mm-hmm.
She says that that's basically what happened. Goji's actor is essentially the cream in the donut. In a very, very sort of respectful way attempt. That's not silly at all. She then provides a description that he then takes to an artist who he's like, maybe my Japanese was so bad that he gave me 3 drawings. Hit that next slide. That is what Eliza relayed to the documentarian, and then what the documentarian relayed to the artist. So thoughts?
How are you feeling about these images? We got 3 portraits of Godzilla that are kind of like maybe Godzilla drawn from memory, I would say.
Well, you know what's so funny? Because I did at one point try to draw Godzilla from memory.
How that turn out? Like one of these? Basically, yeah, that could fit. That could be the 4th portrait.
But I don't know. I wasn't very scared of this one. I was just like, you know how sometimes when you look at something long enough that you're kind of like, this is creepy? It happened to me for the second one, the one in the middle.
The middle one? I feel like the middle one is, to me, immediately is it's the most kind of outsider arty, I would say. Like the other, I think the first one, I mean, none of them are, maybe the 3rd one is the scariest? I don't know.
The 3rd one is like the most sharp one.
It's the sharpest one. It's got spiky, the back spikes are extra spiky.
Yeah.
The first one is like, I feel like the expression is, I'm trying to read into the expression on Godzilla, and it's kind of friendly, I would say, maybe. You know, it's like he's kind of like, like that kind of vibe.
He's got a lot of teeth, Ben.
You just told him a joke, though. You know, like he's just like, good one, old sport, that kind of thing.
The middle one, like the first and the last one, are kind of like, okay, they are like kind of expected type of like creepy scary.
Yeah.
But the middle
one is depraved, I would say. That's like,
you don't want to see that Godzilla in the hallway.
He's the biggest creep for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh my god. Do you think he says like princess?
Princess? He's kind of like Goblin mode Godzilla, where it's like
yeah, Goblin mode Godzilla is
hunched over. Who knows what he's doing down there?
I don't think he crawls the ceiling. I think he crawls on the floor.
Right, that's for sure. He's kind of Gollum-ish.
Yeah, that's the one where I looked at it long enough that it became scary.
Yeah.
But
it's almost cubist. Like the nostrils are both kind of on the same side of the head. The dimension, like it's kind of flattened in a weird way. Yeah.
Oh my god. Here I am going. I stared at it so long that it started to scare me. And you're like, anyway, cubism.
Cubism. Well, Pablo Picasso was kind of scary.
Yeah.
He's not a good dude.
Not a good man.
No.
Nary a good man. Nary a good thing to be said about Pablo Picasso. But yeah, hit us with that next slide so we can get into episode 5, translated as suit trial, or probably something like suit study or testing. Sound off in the comments below, our one Japanese listener, where we go back from 1962 to 1958, where we have no Godzilla film at the time. Let me go back to my reference. Yep, no Godzilla film at the time. So we can maybe explain it away as a period of silence because they're studying Goji, right? As a creature, trying to understand it. And the tape we have Toho acknowledging that they are just kind of treating this like however they want, even if it's confusing, but they're still trying to understand the whole thing, right? They're trying to also train him because fuck it, we ball, right? We have in this one excellent use of like incongruent music in a sense. where we have this sort of like resilient song in the background. It's resilient in the face of something bad, but maybe it's only incongruent for like the studio and Toho because they're like, hey, look at this happy song, but we're getting fucked, right? But maybe not for Goji, who is somehow persisting despite all of this shit happening to him and his body and the trauma of it all. At this point in the story, we have so far Goji, Angarius, King Kong, the documentarian, the studio, Elisa as its characters, and they all play a role in the understanding of Goji. Angarius and King Kong represent creatures that are like Goji, but different in how he treats and attacks them, right? Angarius is like, I'm Goji, I have attacked you, but I have attacked you because we have something in common. I'm doing vengeance for you.
Did King Kong come back to life, and was he like another person in suit, or did Goji like smoke his ass because he's American?
I think he sort of got schmocked because he's not brought up again the way that Angarius is.
Fair. Okay.
Right. So he's right. You may surmise it stands for something culturally, right? Because they might also stand for like Goji's trauma and how he's dealing with it and all that stuff. So hit that next slide. What do we think?
We have like one of the darkest, classic. You can't really see shit. Almost completely black analog horror images. I guess it's supposed to be a face in the middle. It looks kind of like, I don't know, like a snake, vaguely. Like it's like,
this is the closest that has ever been to a dinosaur, which is probably why I was like, hate to see it. This is like part of them studying him. It's
like a Rorschach test of a dinosaur would fuck you up, basically. Is what I'm hearing, because like the implication of a dinosaur in an image.
I am seeing the dinosaur, guys, and everyone's just like, what? I'm like, I see it.
I see almost more like a horse, toothy horse in this image.
Are the eyes like its nose, or like what's going on?
I think the eyes are the eyes, but then like I see the teeth at the bottom are like the horse's teeth. I just feel like it looks very snouty in like a horsey way to me.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I can see that, and I'm going to continue to see it that way so that I'm not scared of.
Yeah, it's not a dinosaur. So.
Yeah. So,
the question that's been on my mind: do we ever figure out how Goji's shitting and pee poo pooing?
How is Goji peeing poo pooing?
Because I'm guessing the suit doesn't have a butthole.
Stop getting ahead of it.
Okay. I'll wait. I'm sure it will be revealed.
I'll wait. Head on over to the next slide as we head into episode 6.
Oh, Godzilla's butthole. Okay, there we go. Right,
this was titled episode 6, Godzilla's Butthole, How He Pees and Poos, 1962. No, I paired this up together because they're both story forward. This is episode 6, Mailed Messages, 1962, and episode 7, Dorsal Extraction, 1962, which is around, once again, the King Kong and Godzilla film in 1962. Both videos are story focused, with episode 6 featuring Goji's actors sending Goji himself in that whole situation. Think about it. He's in that suit, but he's still able to send the documentarian a really well edited video about his experiences with the Hiroshima bombing and the loss that he went through during it. As evident in the third episode, Goji has negative sentiments towards the Americans for his loss. As you know, the bombing resulted in deaths beyond our imagination, right? With many others following behind due to the impact of radiation. To survive that, in a sense, for Goji, his actor, to survive that as they lose their whole family because they were in it, we find out that he just kind of was somewhere else when this happened. We can probably gather that Goji's actor is experiencing some sort of survivor's guilt, trauma, and other issues due to this loss. No one at this point or ever can blame him for his mistrust at this point. In relation to the Godzilla film, we know that the rise of Godzilla. Why am I decoding my own text? This is I don't need any sort of like mysterious font or whatever. I don't need the Zodiac code. It's just my fucking handwriting.
Totally fair.
Right. Yeah. In relation to Godzilla, we know that his rise and origin is due to the radiation, and in the movie is inspired by the Bikini Atoll bombings. In a sense, Goji and Godzilla are the same, perhaps, right? A being created due to the nuclear bombing and its aftermath. episodes. Do we have something in episode 6? Yeah. Hit that next slide. What do we think?
We got a silhouette of Godzilla with the mouth edited kind of extra big and more teethy.
I hated this because
for the listeners.
I hope they come back and I hope that they're real again because I love the concept of it. But thylacine, you know those? They have big mouth and they scare me so bad. And that I'm revealing a lot of things that I'm scared of that you can email us, but don't do it.
Big mouth.
I don't like big mouth on thing.
The Netflix show.
I don't like Big Mouth, the Netflix show.
Fair.
With its nasty pillow that talks. I've only seen season 1. Pillow. I've only seen season 1, and I think I've seen enough. But yeah.
You've seen enough. You're calling it. Yeah.
What do we think about this photo, Ben, and people watching?
I mean, again, this is close to the dinosaur Rorschach test, I'd say. So interesting that you're seeing a thylacine as well, and kind of just like the big mouth fear is a new one for me.
Big mouth fear. It's like the whales. They have the thing so they can eat the krill.
Baleen.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Okay, science.
Oh.
Okay, science. But yeah, I just don't like the teeth, the mouth.
Yeah.
You hate to look at it.
Whales, I mean, are you scared? Would you be scared of whales?
They're so big, and I'm so big, small.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't mean bad.
Yeah, I think I'd be cool with them. It's just the idea that I could be inside of it.
If he comes to Oregon, we should go whale watching. We can go on.
Yeah, I would agree.
From a safe distance. Yeah,
I would agree with it. Hit that next slide. We're now into episode 7, which deals with the documentarian being fired from the studio fired by mail, okay. And how he now has a spy embedded in the studio because if he didn't have a spy, it would have ended at episode 7, and we would have just known fuck all, right? Yeah, the spy tells him that they're doing further experiments on Goji, where they find that that extracting things from his skin doesn't hurt him at all, but camera flashes do, right? Yeah, and you can, if you have any idea about its nuclear explosions and its aftermath, if you've looked at any of those videos about ant people kind of thing during that time, you can surmise maybe that is a thing that Goji is experiencing because of that in relation to that. But yeah, let's hit number 7. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Let me consult the oracles.
This is a black screen, and it says the person took photos while they ran. Period. Person is capitalized. Not sure why.
It's a style, man. Style. Yeah. So in that whole thing where they're doing a whole bunch of stuff to it, I guess shit happens to Goji, and he kind of goes crazy.
Yeah, sure. Pops off.
Hit us with that next slide.
Next slide. We have Godzilla foot. We have 4 slides here, 4 little images. Yep. Godzilla foot pick. And then I would say what would be considered hard evidence on mountain monsters. Which is to say blurry images that are basically showing another thing. I think the last one that looks kind of like does that Son of Godzilla? Yeah, it looks like a distorted Son of Godzilla face.
I made this my wallpaper.
The Son of Godzilla. Oh, this whole thing.
I didn't try to do it stylistically. The video is literally like a 4x4 presentation. It doesn't even fill up the whole screen. So when I was taking the screenshots, I put them all right next to each other because I was like, okay, it takes 5 seconds to look at each one of them. Let me put them in one. And so this is now my new wallpaper. If anyone wants it, send us an email. But yeah, this happens. Hit us with that next slide.
And now we have
it's him, Goji.
Yeah. It's Goji, but the mouth is big as well.
Mouth big, mouth open.
This is a head-on shot, portrait shot maybe. And the kind of the nose is split looking.
Yes.
As well. Yeah.
What is that creature in D&D where it's like a flower opening now?
Like the Demogorgon, like the Stranger Things monster thing. Yeah, the Demogorgon, I think.
That's how it is. That's how its mouth be. What that mouth do, it's that.
Splitting open.
Splitting open.
Yeah.
Can gargle up the glizzy real nicely. But and then we head on over to next episode by hitting that slide, which is the Angurius suit, 1956. So we go back again. We're skipping around in time. There's no Godzilla movie at the time here. So once again, maybe because they're studying Angurius and blah, blah, blah. This episode gives us a view on how the Angurius creature suit man is treated. They plan at this time to have another film where the Angurius is in it as well. And to make him comply with them and their actions, they essentially treat him like they were treating an elephant or lion at a circus with harm and a lot of force. We also get an introduction to my baby, my sweet beloved Mothra. Introed at the end, and it makes you wonder at that point what the fuck is next. Because anytime a creature is introduced, some fuck shit happens.
Right.
Some fuck shit happens. Hit that next slide. That's Angurius.
We got Angurius on the ground. Angurius, for those of you who are not familiar, is kind of a echidna-ish, like a spiky kind of lizard guy, right? Echidnas they're mammals, but you know.
Who is an echidna in the Sonic universe?
Knuckles.
Knuckles, there you go.
Knuckles is the echidna. So it's like a spiky guy.
Yeah.
Spikes on the back. Hedgehog, maybe. Whatever it is. Yeah. Spiky monster. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in a sense, in this one, it's maybe being repurposed to show like, we know that he's being tased. So maybe this photo is him being tased, right? Mm-hmm. He's in there. They're trying to make him comply. Then we hit the next slide, getting us into episode 9, which is Rare Newspapers 1964, which is around the Mothra versus Godzilla film in 1964, and Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, 1964. So we are getting 2 monster entries in this one, but slowly. However, as the title says, this episode focuses on some news about a Goji escape that's witnessed by a couple and a kid who have acquired evidence of the whole thing. Hit that next slide, baby. Breaking news.
It was on the news.
Godzilla.
We got some Japanese text. Mm-hmm. It says it was on the news. And then there is like image of Godzilla standing over some houses.
Hit that next slide.
Next up, we have what looks like dash cam footage. Very black and white dash cam footage. And it says one of the photos captured this. And it's Goji standing in the middle of the road. Big.
Hit us with that next slide.
Oop.
Some mood photos of Godzilla. Because in the couple, the man is like, he's a photographer. Right? And he's like, I'm just taking mood photos of everything, reference photos, and I caught him.
Yeah.
This is much better than
the photos he was able to take. Yeah, we got Godzilla under the streetlight.
Real emo.
Several of those. Midwestern emo. Godzilla covers, yeah.
Mountain Monsters, step up your game. If this is what this man was able to get in 1964, what the fuck are you doing in our time? So this is the evidence from the couple, the husband, who is a great photographer. Seems hit us with that next slide. That reads out from the man, or at least a couple, who have said that the beast's skin looked fake yet real, very uncanny. Next slide. I don't think it was a creature. It might be some man in a suit, which is, listen, is that what I'm thinking when I see this thing? Because I think at some point someone says that it's almost as big as a house, and I'm saying this: how many men are in that suit?
That suit would be hard to operate by one person, I think.
Yeah. So guys, what the fuck? And then it is also witnessed by a child who hit us with that next slide. A fucking photo that I goddamn hate. I swear to fucking God, I fucking hate it. It's true, guys. Guys, I hate this one. I'm so serious.
But I do remember one of his faces. He quickly drew a drawing of it, and then it's kind of got like Godzilla and drag, maybe. Like really strong eyeliner.
There is a cartoon that this sort of reminds me of for some reason, and it does have dinosaurs in it. It does have dinosaurs in it, or at least like goblin type creatures. But it's like a 90s.
Is it like gargoyles?
I think.
I feel like this. I kind of am getting the Gargoyles vibe. Like this is yeah, Gargoyles was pretty sick though. That was cool.
It
was
was sick, but also like I hate it. It seems. But yeah, this is the kid off the dome saying that this is what I saw, and if I was that kid, I think I would have never gone outside again. Even with all this evidence, though, Toho, the production company, said that's just movie promos. So
movie magic, baby.
That's movie magic. You saw our Godzilla because it's 1964, so it's been a hot minute since
10 years of Godzilla.
Right, 10 years of Godzilla. So they're like, yeah, maybe you do expect Godzilla. Like, what is this native advertisement kind of thing?
Right. Just viral marketing going on. Yeah,
virality, 1964. Right. So we get Goji outside, who is sort of he's not doing anything bad. He's just
wandering around,
right?
Vibing.
And it's just interesting to know that he's not rampaging at all. He's just chill for the most part of it. So, hit us with that next slide. So we get into episode 10. We're in 10 episodes so far, right? And this is where we get with Mothra, my baby. The Mothra suit incident, 1964, is probably one of my personal favorites. Not due to Mothra, though, but due to the action and the amount of characters in it. By this time, 10 years later, you hope to God that Toho Production has some semblance of understanding when it comes to what they will do for Goji to avoid any issues. Maybe, but it's still not very OSHA certified. It's still not safe working conditions. I would never let anyone I know work there if I knew it was happening. Because they continue to treat Goji like a circus animal, and it just keeps going downhill from there. At this point, the Mothra suit, if everyone knows what the Mothra looks like, is a puppet. But the larvae, is played by a female suit actor who gets the Angarius suit treatment. But like this time, when he bites her head, he also does a vomit. He vomits liquid into the cavern that he bit into, which is a fun new addition to this. She gets it lightly, though. She gets off lightly.
Okay.
But her parents, who are there to witness the whole thing because they're like, we're so proud of our daughter, she's going to be in the Godzilla movie. Her parents get fucking mauled by Goji.
Stuff.
And at this point, it's been 10 fucking years of this whole thing. So you're saying, oh no, another tragedy that we could not have avoided at all, right? No one could prevent this tragedy, says country that could prevent this tragedy. This is when Goji escapes. And basically that is what we see in the rare newspaper stuff. So this whole thing, episode 10 happens before episode 9. Okay. But it's wonky, right? We know that he gets witnessed by people during this, but what new thing we find, though, after this is that it adds some terrible shit to the lore when combined with what we know from episode 11, 7 updates. So let's go through episode 10 photos right now. Everybody look at the screen. Next slide. Mothra.
Number 1, we got Mothra flying. Number 2.
That is okay. So as we know from like the Angarius incident and the Godzilla incident, we expect that there's a person inside there. She's in there, and that's what it looks like. But she does get rocked, and we hit the next slide, and he vomits a boiling liquid down into where he's bit her at.
Yeah, so presumably his own blood.
Yeah, who knows? And then in the next slide, we have cut back to like episode 9 rare newspaper, where this is where they were able to find Godzilla again and to take him back, and they find him in this thing, right? It's like he's like
a pond or something. It says the spy took a picture of what was left is the caption.
It's a pond, or is it, I don't know, maybe that red liquid.
It's Godzilla goo.
Goo. And then remember again, this is like out of order. He's just like, what the fuck is happening? Next slide.
Tarantino mode.
So this on the left-hand side is what we expected to happen, right?
Yeah.
We expected to open up the larvae and then see that she's been bit by Godzilla, so now she's filling it up. Except for that's not what happens. Right slide is what happens.
Yeah, it says it became a giant labia on the ceiling. It's yeah.
Please, but you're right. It is on the ceiling. So we take a little turn. We don't know what happens.
Zigzag.
Yeah, Zach on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we combine all that. I do have to say that in the next one, episode 11, hit that next slide. Probably one of my favorite ones because the soundscape on this is really nice. So if you weren't going to watch all of this, I would recommend this one, purely this episode, because of the soundscape. It's fucking good. And I wrote that I'll never love anything the same way ever again. This one, episode 11, is called 7 Updates 1964. So we are still with the Mothra and Ghidorah movies. The whole thing is, as the title says, we've got 7 updates. Number 1, they're still trying to help Goji, but they're also hiding him. Number 2, the cocoon, the ceiling labia, spewed out orange liquid. And after these 2 facts, the documentarian is like, I fucking hate that. Then we find out in the third update that during his update, they found him in this like weird outdoor thing, which is that pool from the previous episode, and where he's surrounded by liquid of some sort. And the shit is so bad that they have to wear a hazmat suit and no one wants to approach Goji at all. And number 4 is that there may have been a floating eyeball in that hazardous goop.
Okay.
And then number 5, Toho, despite all of this, is still pushing on and making movies despite it all, which is what companies tend to do. And then number 6, the documentarian has a family back home and hates that he's stuck in Japan because he has semi-horrid self-placed responsibility to not hide Goji and everything. He's kind of like beholden to this responsibility now. And number 7, hit that next slide. We've got a new guy in town. Right? King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
And OP, Jesus Christ. The documentarian wants to intervene and stop all of this because it's very clear that Toho does not want to stop until it is too late for everyone, which is as per usual. Then we get into episode 12. Hit that next slide.
Bam.
Episode 12 is called Ghidorah's Suit Incident 1964. And if there's more after I finish, you can all go fuck yourselves because fuck you. I'm on page 12, handwritten. I need you all to know.
The wrist were resting.
The wrists were resting.
Now they need some resting.
Yeah. So fuck off if there's an episode 12. So far the climax is episode 12 where Toho sort of gets a brain and tries to make things semi-Goji proof, but not all of it works out. You can try to prevent whatever you want, but someone will always slip and fuck shit up. Hit that next slide for everybody. He's like, you know how I'm going to stop this? Rifle. He's going to intervene American style. And we kind of
shoot up the workplace.
Yeah, he's like, let me American culture. Let me introduce it to you. And you were like, okay, he's going to shoot up Godzilla in the studio. So what happens? And you kind of there's context clues throughout the previous episodes where you kind of are like, is he even going to be able to kill Godzilla? Because that hint of like, he was standing in that goop and there was an eyeball. What does that mean? Right? And he's biting things and they change, right? Are you going to be able to kill it?
You have to understand, JD, this is before cancel culture, you know, like when artists could be artists, you know, like it's okay that like they were mauling their co-stars because they were making art for studios, making studios money.
So you mean that Jared Leto's okay?
I mean, Leto, Polanski, Woody Allen, Louis C.K., like all of this, you know, like
he paid. Right.
Goji was out there.
He was out there. He was starting some shit, right? The documentarian wants to intervene American style with a rifle, and we kind of get the idea that something is not going to go right because of hints throughout the series. At this point, they try to Goji proof Ghidorah. Hit that next slide. They were like, he's so big, he can't possibly bite. He can't.
Yeah. So they were like, Ghidorah's too big to be bitten.
Yeah.
Too big to bite.
Yeah. And then the next slide is sort of what they do for the suit, right? They are like, hey, he's going to be so big, you can't bite through him. His head is over here. So he's not going to know that the head is over here. But they fail to acknowledge that the neck is a weak point that Godzilla can still, Goji can still get through, and get through he does. Goji bites through the Ghidorah's suit, neck, and vomits right into it. And we find that vomit is acidic. The documentarian attempts to intervene by playing shoot 'em up in the studio. And at first you think it works, and he manages to sort of kill Godzilla. Hit that next slide, though. I just realized this is what he does. Yeah, we have a Godzilla biting onto King Ghidorah's neck. Are these AI images? This was 2023. So it could have been. Could have. But there's artist credits in it. Okay, because I was like, this Godzilla has no spine. So he was like, the classic spines are missing. Yeah, I did look at like the artist credits on it. So we should be Gucci. This should just should be fine. And then hit the next slide, because this is this is crime scene evidence right here. He basically it says on the slide, I barged through ignoring the comments of Strop, and I realized that the set they had was like, there's a power box in the room. So he shoots up the power box, turns off all the lights, and he's like, and now I'm going to fucking kill everyone, aka Goji. He manages to maybe kill the shit out of Goji, but in the video itself, it's kind of like real gnarly. We see that maybe Goji's like regenerates where he's been shot. So hit that next slide. He tries his might, but Goji gets back up. I guess what we're saying is a Godzilla Goji post headshot from a shotgun. It's kind of like neck is mostly just blood. Yeah. Hit that next slide. Yeah. But no. A little less blood. It looks like he's regenerating. Yeah, and you see those eyes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we hit that next slide, which is sort of just a thing. Yeah, kind of a three-headed King Ghidorah. Much like Ghidorah. And then we get that next slide. And this is probably one of the best parts of this whole thing for me, because I watched this when I was in shambles mentally. Obviously, the documentarian tried to kill Goji, but it returned in seconds and gets on the documentarian. And we end with text that says the following. You can't kill God. Yeah. You can't kill God. And that's the end of that slide. But my sources, don't show them my sources. Oh, don't. We can cut there. And I'll go back and I'll jump back into it. But yeah, you can't kill God, Ben. You can't kill Godzilla. Yeah, so you became a Christian. You found Jesus. That's what I'm hearing. Get the blicky. Yeah. Find God. Yeah. Take them out. America. Oh my God, we're back to the fucking intro. What's up, Patriots? We're back to it. What's up, Patriots? And guess what, Patriots? So we're gonna get more into like discussions of these analog horror series. But right now we're just kind of setting the stage. We're setting the table, the mise en scène, if you will. And speaking of patriotism, next episode we're gonna be getting into the Monument Mythos, which is an analog horror series about American history. So we will be diving to that, mostly the recap, and then wrapping it all up. We're gonna get into kind of our thoughts on our own series and the other series, and kind of chopping it up as we love to do. Yeah. That was Goji. You can't kill God, guys. Can't kill God. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it. You can't kill God. Can't kill God. Okay. Good one to go out on. This episode was written and produced by JD. For all our sources, please head to the website in the description below, and you can finally see those source pages that JD had on their PowerPoint slide. If you would like to reach out with a comment, suggestion, or share an experience with our topic today, please send us a message at icecreamymeme@gmail.com. All the music is provided by Yager Frank. If you like the show, tell a friend. If you did not, share it with an enemy. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Bye.